everybody, this is Dr. Novak. Before I get into this week's video, um, I thought I'd give you this information, which is very knowledgeable information, of which this was in 2012. I got this information. Information is from a forum called Them There Koyas. And the person who posted it was called Reef Monkeys, and it was from another forum, KKU, that closed down several years ago. All right, the three photos are from his 150-gallon fry grow-out tank / pond in his house using biocenosis clarification baskets. And he wrote me, and this is what he wrote exactly. "This may be of interest, mate. I've been running one basket in my indoor fry pond. It's really a tank or a large aquarium at 22 degrees centigrade. And it's brought my nitrates down from 100 parts per million to 20 parts per million. Not had a trace of nitrites or ammonia for that matter. Okay? It's only 150 gallons, but quality of water to the amount of fish load is brilliant." That's exactly what he wrote me. And that is pretty good if you can take nitrates down from 100 parts per million down to 20 parts per million with a few biocenosis clarification baskets. And these are the pictures of which he had sent me of his fry grow-out pond that he has in his house. And I thought you would be interested. So with that said, let's get on to what this video is about. I see that some people say they've never heard of the anoxic filtration before. It's hard to believe that after 30 plus years, the anoxic filtration system, those that are supposedly in the know nothing about the system. You ever notice that? It's been around for 30 some years. What I'm going to show you here, for those that keep saying, "I've never heard of anoxic filtration before," and it has been published in several periodicals throughout the years, okay? And here's some of the magazines it's been published in the United Kingdom. Now remember, people act like, "Oh, I've never heard of this system." The fellow that published it is called Sid Mitchell. I've known him for years, and Sid has been studying water chemistry and filtration systems since 1984. He started off with a tank of tropical fish before building koi ponds, and after joining a koi club, he began advising hobbyists about water quality. And he has published several articles and written books on the anoxic filtration system, but still supposedly the experts know nothing about it. You notice that? Oh, I've never heard of that. That must be something new. The article on reducing nitrates by Sid Mitchell was published in Koi magazine November of 2008 and talked about the anoxic filtration system and how it worked by reducing nitrites and nitrates. Through the article was written almost, how many years ago now? 2008. And here we are in 2021. You know, we're talking, 13 years ago? And people say, "I never heard of the anoxic filtration system." Okay. Though the article was written 13 years ago, it's funny how pond builders and aquarists still to this day have never heard of the anoxic filtration and know nothing about its dynamics when customers ask. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? All different magazines, everything, it's been published. I've never heard nothing about it. They play dumb. However, most of these same people that own these pond companies and, of course, aquarium stores that are constantly on forums, koi clubs, fish clubs, doing seminars, specializing in educating the public and in the know with being up to date on the latest and greatest pond and aquarium technologies, still know nothing of the anoxic filtration system. Kind of odd, isn't it? It makes you sit back and wonder, are they really out of the loop, or are they just playing dumb to sell you a more profitable product? I'll leave that question up to you. After talking to several of them, I realize it's the latter of the two, and sacrificing information that is badly needed in this hobby for a few Benjamins is their justification for ignorance. It's hard to believe that after 30 plus years of the anoxic filtration, those that are supposed to be in the know nothing of the anoxic filtration system. Remember, these are your professionals. It's been out for over 3 decades, been written about, everything and published. They still play dumb. I hope those that are reading my blog and watching my YouTube channel will realize that this is not some fly-by-night filtration system, and it should not remain a secret because of those that are unwilling to accept it. Believe me, there are a lot of hobbyists out there that are willing not accept or want to know about the anoxic filtration system. The anoxic filtration system should have its place in its ranks and file on pond filters and aquarium filtration, but because of its simplicity to make, it may never see the light of day, and there are many out there that would like to keep it that way. This short video I'm making is just exactly that. A lot of people say, I've never heard of it, blah, blah, blah. You haven't heard of it because once you make it, you don't have to keep rebuying anything. In fact, even if you made BCB baskets and you put them in your sump and you enlarged your aquarium or wanted to add more baskets, they're very easy to make for just a few dollars. And there's nothing to buy from a manufacturer. The next thing is they don't clog. And when something doesn't clog, it means that you don't have any maintenance to do on it, except, like I said, in my canister filters, I have a BCB basket. I just pull the baskets out. I don't clean them. Maybe I wipe down the outside. That's it. I don't clean them. And then I just put them back in. So you can kind of understand why people are playing real dumb when it comes to a plenum or when it comes to a BCB basket. And they're playing dumb because of either monetary value or they have a different way of doing something and they don't want you, the hobbyist, to know the truth. And that's a shame. Why shouldn't the hobbyist know the truth so they can make an astute decision on what kind of filtration they want to use and how they want to take care of their tanks? And this is why in this hobby we have so many failures or people that are become disenchanted and get out of the hobby because of so much misguided information, even by those who are professionals and supposed to know better. And they play stupid when you bring up something like, yeah, have you ever heard of a plenum? What? No, I never heard of a plenum. I mean, they just act stupid. And that really hurts this hobby because you should educate yourself so you can educate others. And the funny thing about this is you'll get shows, fish shows or fish clubs, fish shows. They never ask me to talk. Why? That's the big question, right? Why wouldn't you get somebody who's a professional, something that's been around for years, something that works? Why wouldn't you tell people? Maybe you can answer that better than I can answer that. I mean, this is a long, hard struggle. Unless you're a company, you know, like Tetra, or if you're a big one of the big companies out there, Fluvo, something like that. You don't want people to know this information because this doesn't help them in the least bits to sell you a product. I don't sell products, I educate people on facts. That's all I do. But why is it they're trying to stymie the information to the hobbyists and pretend, oh, I never heard it? Really? There's even books written about it. Sid has written books on it. I've written books on it, but still people play dumb and act like I never heard it. It's been in magazines and they still never heard it. Never heard it. And these are supposed to be the professionals. So maybe you can answer the questions why these videos are finally getting out. And now my viewership is going up to over 7,000 people. And just in 1 week, I had almost 152 people join up to watch my videos. Because the word's starting to get out very slowly. You still have those who are doubting Thomases, as they call them, and still won't believe. But they're having a hard time believing because there's other people out there who say, oh, that does not work. They have no proof. Okay, they're just going to tell you it doesn't work. You got to do it my way. And now since it's coming out that yes, it does work and more people are using it, that more and more people, because of the internet and YouTube, are learning the facts about aquarium keeping. That's what this channel is about. I don't personally blow smoke up people's ass. I give you what is scientifically known, what has been researched, and what has been proven. And I'm just not one of those people out there who are shooting off my mouth, not giving facts that can be proven. That's not written either in books or hasn't been proven on white paper and research. That's all I'm giving you. If you don't, want those facts, then there's lots of YouTube channels out there that are far better than mine that will give you all kinds of information. But then again, those channels also give you all kinds of, oh, all my goldfish died, or all my betta died, or this is dying, or that is dying, or I did this as a mistake, or I forgot to do this. These are the professionals that have YouTube channels out there. And some of the advice they are giving is not 100% correct, and they act like you need to listen to me. I don't look at it this way. I'm just giving you the information. Whether you listen or not is totally up to you. Whether you want to apply it to your applications, once again, that's totally up to you. Okay, I'm not advocating that you must do what I say. No. But I have facts to back me up when somebody else says something and they really don't have facts. They have anecdotal accounts that what they are saying. But they have true hard facts, scientific facts, they cannot come up with. Okay? And we see this all the time. I get all the time people coming up saying to me that plants need nitrogen. Plants need nitrogen. Well, plants look for ammonia first. That's just the facts, people. Whether you accept those facts or not, that's up to you. But that's the facts. And if you want to stay ignorant to the facts, that's also up to you. But when people keep shouting, saying they take nitrates and they will only use nitrates when ammonia is exhausted or near exhausted, and that is when they will take nitrates only during peak photosynthesis, because it is chemical work and a two-step process to take nitrates, convert it into nitrites, and then convert it back into ammonia, which is what they use as a main food source for their amino acids and proteins. Okay? Whether you want to believe it or not, that's what it is. If you think it's different, then I would suggest you do some research on it, make the white paper, introduce it to the system so we can change all the university books and everything that's been written that you have found out it is different. Okay? That's all I can say. So I only give the facts and only the facts on my YouTube channel. Whether or not you want to believe them, it's totally up to you. You know, it doesn't, as they used to say, it's no skin off my nose. It's you who's going to have to pay the consequences, or maybe go through the trouble of all kinds of algae problems and so forth and so on. It's totally up to you. All I try to do is present something. Everyone saw me build my 90-gallon tank. You saw me from step one all the way up, and you've been watching my YouTube. You see everything's going fine with it. I knew it would be. I've tried to educate you on bacterias. I've tried to educate you on redox. I've tried to educate you on a BCB basket, how it works, what it does, why it does what it does. And still people play ignorant and stupid to this very day, after 30 years, after articles have been written about it and everything. I never heard of that. What is that? I've never heard of any of that. And these are supposed to be your professionals. I guess they don't read. Well, in their little circle, they don't want this information to come out. Because if it did come out, then the products they sell maybe would stop selling and people would go a different route. And I've even had people say, well, you know, after so many years they were using the baskets and they didn't work. Well, okay, replace the substrate in it. What's it going to cost you? A whole dollar? $1.50 to dump it out, put new substrate in it, and start all over? See, it doesn't cost that much. It's extremely cheap. So anyhow, this is just a short video that I thought I would do for those people who are watching my channel and maybe they talk to their fellow people on forums and stuff that I've never heard of that. Well, why? Why haven't they heard it? That's the big question. So until next time, this is Dr. Novak. Thank you for watching.